Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. For weeks, Big Brother 27 fans have been buzzing about one of the most talked-about connections of the season, the complicated friendship between Rylie Jeffries and Katherine "Kat" Torres. From the moment the two first started bonding in the house, their dynamic sparked speculation, divided fans, and even prompted heated debates across social media. Now, in his first in-depth interview since leaving the Big Brother house, Rylie is setting the record straight about his relationship with Kat, the backlash that followed, and why he insists the entire situation was deeply misunderstood. Rylie exclusively tells ET Online, "I knew when I got close to Kat that people would have opinions. But what surprised me was how far it went. It was never about disrespecting anyone or crossing boundaries. It was just two people connecting in a really intense environment." The opening line was, "We just clicked." Rylie, a 26-year-old musician from Nashville, was known for his easygoing charm and quick sense of humor from the beginning of Big Brother 27. Kat, a Miami influencer of 25 years old, entered the house with a confident demeanor and a reputation for being difficult to read. But when the two ended up as have-nots during week 2, spending long nights talking about everything from family to life after the show, fans immediately noticed their chemistry. Clips of their late-night conversations began trending on Twitter and TikTok, with some viewers calling them the most natural connection of the season. Others, however, weren't convinced. "People thought it was some showman strategy," Rylie says with a laugh. "But the truth is, we were just bored, tired, and stuck on slop. You find comfort where you can in that house, and Kat was someone I genuinely trusted." The rumors begin. As the weeks went on, the line between friendship and flirtation started to blur, at least from the outside looking in. When Kat gave Rylie her Power of Veto necklace as a good luck charm before the live eviction in week 5, fans took it as a sign of something deeper. Then came the turning point, a now viral moment when Rylie was seen rubbing Kat's back during a stressful nomination ceremony. Within hours, Twitter exploded. Some fans accused Rylie of being too touchy, given Kat's previous statements about wanting to keep things strictly platonic. Others defended the pair, insisting their bond was harmless and authentic. "That clip made it look worse than it was," Rylie says now. "We were all emotional that night. Kat was crying because she thought she was going home, and I was just trying to be a friend. That's all it was." But once it hit the internet, people created their own story. Inside, the house reaction. House guests inside the game were beginning to question Rylie and Kat's alliance, whereas fans outside the Big Brother house were analyzing every glance and gesture. Several contestants, including fan favorites Ava Chen and Vince Panaro, hinted in diary room segments that Rylie's connection with Kat was muddying alliances. Even host Julie Chen Moonves brought up the friendship during a live eviction interview, asking Rylie if it was a distraction or a strategy. "That question caught me off guard," Rylie admits. "I never thought our friendship would become part of the game narrative, but once production started asking about it, I realized it had taken on its own life." Behind the scenes, Kat reportedly began pulling away from Rylie in the final weeks, focusing more on her alliance with Morgan Pope and Lauren Vega. Viewers noticed the shift too. Their long conversations turned into quick check-ins, and Kat even nominated Rylie as a pawn in week 9. Still, Rylie says there were no hard feelings. He explains, "We were both under pressure. I understood why she made the move she did. We talked about it privately and agreed that whatever people thought outside didn't matter. We just wanted to stay respectful of each other." The backlash after eviction. When Rylie was evicted in week 10, the response online was immediate and intense. Hashtags like Team Kat and Rylie crossed the line began trending within hours of the live episode airing. Some fans accused him of ignoring Kat's boundaries. Others said he was being unfairly villainized for showing empathy. Even Kat's family got dragged into the chaos, with her older sister posting a now-deleted tweet urging fans to stop speculating about things you didn't see. "I didn't even know about the backlash until I got my phone back," Rylie says. "I remember scrolling through Twitter and thinking, wow, people really built an entire story around a few clips. It hurt because that's not who I am." He adds that the crossing boundaries narrative was particularly frustrating because both he and Kat had ongoing conversations about respecting each other's space. He insists, "We were both super aware of how things looked. If Kat ever felt uncomfortable, she said so, and I respected that immediately. That's what people didn't see. The constant communication. The idea that I disrespected her is just false. Katherine's point of view. Kat herself has since spoken briefly about the situation during a Big Brother 27 Fallout Friday livestream, describing her relationship with Rylie as a genuine friendship that got blown out of proportion. "Rylie's a good guy," Kat told host Tiffany Mitchell during the stream. "He never made me uncomfortable. I think people online like to add drama to things that don't need it." Her comment seemed to calm some of the fan firestorm, but by then, the damage was already done. Fan accounts were analyzing every piece of footage to prove whether the relationship had crossed a line, and the controversy had taken on its own life. Rylie declares, "I appreciated Kat speaking up. It meant a lot that she defended me. We both went through it, the edits, the rumors, the assumptions, but she handled it with grace." Post-show reality. Now back in the real world, Rylie says he's focused on rebuilding his image and reminding fans of the person he really is. He's been spending time with family in Tennessee, reconnecting with his bandmates, and reflecting on what Big Brother taught him about perception. He admits, "The hardest part was realizing that you can't control how people see you. You might think you're being kind or protective, but to someone watching a 20-second clip online, it could look totally different." As for his current relationship with Kat, he says, "We've talked since the finale." Rylie confirms, "We're cool. There's no drama between us. We still check in and support each other. She's doing great, and I want nothing but the best for her." He also reveals that the two plan to meet up during the upcoming Big Brother 27 homecoming weekend in Los Angeles, where former guests will reunite for charity events and fan panels. Rylie says, "We both agreed that we want to move forward without all the noise. We went through something unique together, and that bond doesn't just disappear." Fans still divided. Despite both Rylie and Kat's clarifications, Big Brother fandom remains split. Some fans argue that Rylie's actions, though well-intentioned, blurred important boundaries, and that the entire controversy was exaggerated. TikTok edits and Twitter threads continue to analyze their interactions, from eye contact to body language. Rylie, however, says he's learned to tune out the noise. He admits, "I was defensive at first. I wanted to correct every misunderstanding immediately by going online, but then I realized you can't win that game. The internet doesn't care about context. All I can do is move forward, learn from it, and be better." Learning from the experience. In hindsight, Rylie says Big Brother was one of the most emotionally intense experiences of his life, and that the lessons he learned about communication and perception will stay with him forever. He reflects, "Being on that show is like living under a microscope. You're tired, hungry, emotional, and surrounded by cameras 24/7. It brings out sides of you that even you didn't know existed." He continues, "If anything, I've learned to be more mindful. Even if my intentions are good, I have to be aware of how my actions might look to others. That doesn't mean you change who you are, it just means you grow." Looking ahead, Rylie says he's already received offers for podcast appearances and influencer partnerships since leaving the show, but he's taking things slow. His main focus now is returning to music and maybe writing a few songs inspired by his Big Brother experience. He says, "The house taught me a lot about connection and misunderstanding. There's a song in there somewhere." Still, he hasn't ruled out returning to reality TV someday. He teases, "Never say never. However, if I ever return, I will, for real, this time, set more stringent boundaries." As for Kat, she's been seen in Los Angeles filming social media content with fellow BB27 alum Lauren Vega, while also teasing a possible podcast about relationships, boundaries, and reality TV. Fans suspect Rylie might make a guest appearance, something he neither confirms nor denies. He says, "Let's just say, we've talked about it," with a grin. Final thoughts. As the dust settles from one of Big Brother 27's most talked about storylines, Rylie hopes fans will look past the edits and online narratives and see the human side behind the headlines. He says, "It was never about crossing lines. It was about being there for someone I cared about in a high-stress environment. If that came across differently, I can only apologize and learn from it. But I know my heart was in the right place."